Yo. Ooh. Yo, how's it going? How you doing? What's going on? How's it how's it popping? How's it hanging? How's it slapping? How's it cracking? How you doing? How you feeling? Hola and bonjour. It's your boy. CAC Sports Chat. Back at it again with another video. Listen, I know everyone's like, yo, bro, stop posting videos. Nobody cares. But, like, here I am again. Back at it again. Mock drafts are going to be not too far away. Before we get into today's video, I just really want to talk about what the future of this channel is going to be. Obviously, we are getting much closer to the draft. Draft is in, like, a month, I think. Roughly a month away. Maybe 5 weeks, 4.5 weeks. So, the future is bright. We got 4.5 weeks to do some more mock drafts. So, we'll probably be seeing a mock draft out on the channel here in a couple days or so. But today, we are long overdue for a Bears mock draft. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. Yo. We're going to be doing a Bears 7-round mock draft 3.0 today. Really just because the boards have been moving so much that it's really just about what the future is going to be for this team. Who's going to go high? Who's going to fall? What's going to happen? Nobody really knows. So we're going to do a 7-round Bears mock draft. Hopefully this works out for us. I'll talk about some alternatives at different positions, at different places on the board, ideal situations and things like that. But for the future of this channel, I'm actually pretty excited. I got a couple really good ideas. Like when the season kicks off, we'll do a once-a-week recap, where we'll just get on here and we'll go over the games, the good, the bad, the ugly, the good, better, best. Never let it rest. I'm just kidding. It's 7:45 in the morning. I'm not gonna be doing all that. We'll talk about, and then I have this other really good idea, where we're going to be doing, a fan press conference. And I know that's going to be like, oh, yo, what does that even mean? Oh, it's going to be lit. So we'll do a once-a-week press conference as if I'm an important person on the Bears, and it'll be good. So, there's going to be crash outs, there's going to be jokes, it's going to be lit. So we're going to do fan press conferences once a week, and we're going to do a recap once a week when the season starts. The channel will probably die down after the draft for a little while, just because, like, what happens after a draft? Obviously, there's going to be a draft recap, there's going to be draft analysis, but, like, bruh, we'll figure it out, though. But we're not worried about that because that's 4.5 weeks away. Today, we're worried about the Bears and what they're going to do in the draft if it happened today. 7 rounds, PFF list, slow speeds. We have a little time to chat. We're entering the draft. Let's get it. Okay, so the Bears' first pick at 25, I've said this for a long time, okay? The Bears need to focus on defense alone. Do you feel what I'm saying? The Bears need to be solely focused on defense, what they're going to be doing at defense, what they're going to be, the future of their defense is going to be. This offseason, the entire Bears secondary went for 1 year deals, minimum contracts. I mean, if that's not a slap in the face and a wake-up call, then I have no idea what is. It's time to look at this realistically, folks. The Bears need to lock in, okay? And get this defense back to where it should be. Do we hear what I'm saying? So, we saw a couple trades in this first round of mock. Now, let's talk about the ideal situation. I'm not trading away picks. EB, that's enough! Sorry, my analysts are arguing in the other room. Hey! I don't know what she's done, but she's mad this morning. Okay, ideal situation that we're in here. My ideal pick at 25 is Caleb Banks. I hope he doesn't go above 25. It's a hit or miss when it comes to DTs. He did really show out at the Senior Bowl. He did do fairly well at the Combine. So the chances of him going this high are pretty good. However, the Bears at this point in the draft have to make a decision. Do they want to take a DT or do they want to take a safety? If it were me in this situation, like I said, ideally it's Caleb Banks. But with Caleb Banks off the board, the next possible pick I'm making is Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. You have to address a lot of defensive positions. Yes, you signed a defensive player to pretty much every position of need. And the only position of need that really, truly got better is linebacker. Yeah, you lost Tremaine Edmonds, but you brought in Devin Bush. That pretty much patches that hole to me. So where we look to next is the other defensive spots in this draft. DT, edge, safety, and corner. To me, the biggest need was a safety. We lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Jaquan Brisker, and Kevin Byard to one-year contracts by other teams. What the heck, number one. Number two, what the heck. And number three, what the heck. We have to lock in. We lost a lot of team there. Not to mention that our edge rush is not spectacular. So, we need to lock in. Okay, so I'm seeing a couple of options here. Ideally at 57, we would take either an edge rusher or a DT. Now, Christian Miller. I really fell in love with Dante Corleone. And I think that what we need is someone who can get to the passer in the middle of the line. I am going to take Dante Corleone at 55. Ideally, I mean, in the first round there's ideals, but in the second round, this is where we are. Another pick I really like at 57 is Malachi Lawrence. I would be happy if Lee Hunter fell to us. You know what I mean? So, we got Emmanuel McNeil-Warren and Dante Corleone. We're back up at 60. I really wanted Malachi Lawrence here. But there's always opportunity here. Um, there's always opportunity here for growth, for change. Um, let's see. Okay, so ideally here we take edge rusher, but I'm not really too keen with the edge rushers I have available to me right now. Um, I think that we let's see here. Let's see. I see us taking, if it's this high up, I would take Keontae Scott the corner at 60. Oh no, why would you do that? Because we need more corners. We need, I mean, Tyreek Stevenson, sure, but like, I think that it's really worth our time to explore opportunities in other individuals, especially if Kyler Gordon's talking about moving to safety. There's a couple of other picks you could have done at 60. You could have done Ramella Height. You could have done Danny Dennis Sutton, but like, I'm looking for people that are ready, um, that are ready to hit the ground running. And to be honest, I just don't know if you get that with those guys, with Romello and LT Overton and the other guy that I looked at. So you really just gotta like take what's best. And Keontae Scott was the best pick there, for sure. Was the best guy available at that point in time. So we will see what happens here in the draft if the draft class falls this way. Um, and we go from there. Let's see. Okay, so um I mean, at this point in time, we've gotten a safety, DT, and a corner. Our next pick is pick 129. All right, let's address the edge spot, because at this point we definitely need to address the edge. Hasn't quite come along for him even in his fourth season. High-end flashes on tape are extremely enticing at his size. He has actionable power. His ultimately projection, but he has even an odd front versatility as a stand-up or hand in the dirt rusher. Okay, so Anthony Lucas is an option. Okay, I mean, that's an option. Honestly, I'm probably going to go with the guy that's a little bit taller, who's 6'5" and 256 pounds, rather than 6'3", 6'2", 273. I'm taking Anthony Lucas here. And from there, we really have all of our defensive prospects lined up here. Um, and that's pretty much it. As we continue to move down this draft board, we will begin to address other positions of need. But in all reality here, we got the 4 positions of need in our defense here in the draft. And as long as we do this, and these could be shuffled around. We could take DT first, like K to McDonald, and safety second with like AJ Halsey or something. We could take edge first. We could take like TJ Parker or someone that falls higher up, depending on how the draft board works out. And we'll just go from there. You know what I mean? So it could switch around. But as long as these are the bulk of our picks, have to be focusing on defense in order to maintain where we were last year and focus on the future. Because if we do not focus on the defense, the Bears will be bad. I promise you they will be bad. It will just not be good at all. And that's pretty much the cut and dry point here. That we have things we need to address. We have things that need to be done. And if they don't get addressed, that's all she wrote. Bears will be cheeks. So, okay. So, with the 129th pick in the draft, you know, you got to look at all your options here. With reps at both left and right tackle. I really like Austin Barber here as a tackle, just to like keep things interesting. I don't think we swing low enough to grab a wide receiver here this high up in the draft, especially when all the wide receiver prospects are gone. Give me Austin Barber. Yeah, people are gonna freak out here and panic and be like, oh, why are we taking a tackle when we signed a tackle and we re-signed Braxton Jones. We signed Braxton Jones to a 1-year, $10 million deal. That is a prove-it deal. That is a get-your-head-out-of-your-butt deal. And what happens when he doesn't figure it out? What happens when we're 8 games in and dude's the only guy flubbing it on the sideline, allowing sacks? Until Ozzie Trapillo comes back, I want a guy who's going to come out and be a force. Who can literally put the fear of God into Braxton Jones and say, you screw up, you're gone. And that's all there is to it. Hey! Come here, Buzz. Evie, come here. Sorry, the dogs are being crazy in there. Let Buzz sleep. Stop messing with Buzz. My analyst is being naughty. Come here. Come here on me. Oh! Ugh, okay. We got top analysts. We got top analyst opinions here. We're thinking. She's giving me the analysis that we need. This is EB. Okay, EB, honey. What do you think, EB? EB, what do you think? Okay. That's what you think? Alright. And then we have Buzz. Hello, Buzz. EB, that's enough. Stop it. Sorry, Buzz. EB, knock it off. Stop biting him. Yo, this is kind of crazy. Knock that off. You got me? Good. Knock that off. No, they're chill. So, really and statistically speaking, we're in a pretty good spot here. Like I said, we addressed the defense, and that's pretty much it. And after we address the defense, we can focus on other things. We can focus on a tackle. We can focus on maybe some depth, some super depthy offensive pieces. We can focus on other things. Shoot, if we really wanted to, we could double dip on defensive positions. Just to make sure we're bringing in enough pieces, because I mean, remember, we could use a complete defensive reload. So we'll see what happens. But while we're sitting here waiting, I guess we'll talk about some of the things going on other than this channel. Go ahead and take a look at BuddyBusterGaming TTV if you want to. That's on Twitch. If you want to see me not talking football and playing some video games, we stream very inconsistently, but it is definitely worth a watch. On a more serious note, we are a little less serious too. More of a personal blog, and more of a fun little tidbit channel. Some serious videos, some funny videos. Christopher's Seminary Saga. Sorry, that's Tebow from the stream. My bulldog. Christopher's Seminary Saga on YouTube is another channel that we have that's more bloggy, more like talking, more, and like other non-video game videos. A lot of the video games are going to be on BuddyBusterGaming. That's also on YouTube. So take a gander, take a watch, see what you guys think. Remember, so just to recap, on YouTube there is three channels of mine. BuddyBusterGaming, okay? Christopher's Seminary Saga, video games, blogs, and then this channel, CAC Sports Chat. Very easy, 3 channels. The other channel is, that's on Twitch. That's BuddyBusterGaming on Twitch, which is the streams. So, do with that information what you will. But we're getting to the end of the draft now, which means, shoot, what's going to happen? What are we going to do? I see an immediate person that I would take in this high up in the draft, and he fell to me. Perfect. 6'3", 207 pounds. You take the best wide receiver, best guy available at this point in the draft, and you don't ask another question. You take your wide receiver. You take what you want to take. Let's see. And, like I said, you take the opportunities that come to you. Give me Zane Durant for our last pick. You already took a DT and Dante Corleone. Right. But it doesn't hurt to have 2, especially if you're gearing up to lose Javon Dexter next year unless we re-sign him to a contract. So, you know what I mean? It really is about focusing on replacing our defensive pieces now. And we got 2 versatile DTs. We got a solid first-round pick safety, which originally I'm not really I wasn't really happy with in the draft. But if it happens to be that way, then so be it. You know what I mean? So be it. So that's going to wrap it up. And I honestly am not upset with this draft. I really like what we did. I like that we got we got three really versatile pieces. We addressed safety, DT, and corner. We addressed the edge later in the draft, so that might be a little bit more of a project. But that's okay because we have Austin Booker. We have Montez Sweat. This could be a rotational guy for a little bit until he can really come in and do something. Austin Barber proves a very interesting prospect at Braxton Jones's spot. J. Michael Sturdivant, I saw him in college because I watched Florida games. He's a pretty fun wide receiver to watch at 6'3" and 207 pounds. That could be an interesting rotational piece. Could be an interesting little late round pick, little something something. And then Zane Durant had nothing like yeah, he played on Penn State. Dude's a physical freak. 6'1", 290 pounds with 32-inch arms and 10-inch hands. That's huge. So I think that's a pretty good mock in my opinion. Tell me what y'all think. But anyway, check out those other channels. Check out this one. If you liked what you watched, hit that subscribe button. Share it with someone who's as big of a football freak as I am. If I'm again, I always say this: if I'm talking to absolutely no one, then this will just be my little dear diary. This will be my little digital diary that I keep on hand for when everything goes exactly the way I want it to go. And we'll keep chugging these out. But until then, CAC out. Bye.